Remember Project presents Goli Otok Forced Labor Camp, Croatia. The island of Goli Otok has an area of 4.7 square kilometers. This is the smallest one in a cluster of islands including Prvić, Sveti Grgur, Krk and Rab off the northwest coastline of the Adriatic Sea. In 1948, Yugoslavia was ejected from the Comminform and severed all ties with the USSR. In the summer of 1949, Yugoslavia set up a concentration camp on the island of Goli Otok for people accused of being supporters or spies of the Eastern Bloc. Prisoners were exposed to severe pressures from the Yugoslav secret police known as UDBA. They were completely isolated from the outside world, forced to do hard labor in harsh weather conditions, to live in poor conditions. They suffered from thirst, hunger, epidemic diseases, physical and mental abuse. Prisoners of Goli Otok were deprived of any kind of human rights. In the photos, the Yugoslavian ship Punat used to transport prisoners to Goli Otok, and a moment of the prisoners in line for an evening checkup. Before and now, the barren islands remain synonymous with severe punishment, persecution, and hard labor. From 1949 to 1956, when the camp was in operation, about 13,000 prisoners passed through Goli Otok. The forced labor camp was part of a system of incarceration through which about 15,700 persons from all parts of the former Yugoslavia, Hungary, Italy, and Albania passed, 850 of them women. The other camps were located on the islands of Sveti Grgur and Ugljan, and at Stara Gradiska, Bileča, Ramski Rit and Zabela by Požarevac. On Goli Otok alone, about 300 convicts died, the number reaching about 500 in the whole system. The sufferings of the Goli Otok prisoners did not end when they were set free. Their freedom was conditional. Some of them were sent back to the island because, according to UDBA, they had not been fully re-educated and reintegrated. For many years they were unable to find employment and were always in terror of being rearrested. UDBA was constantly monitoring them, trying to convert them into informants. The families of the inmates also suffered. People had to denounce their spouses and families and were evicted from their homes. Children were harassed, directly or indirectly, and often expelled from school. The families were deprived of any information of where their loved ones were incarcerated or even whether they were alive. Sometimes the death of a prisoner was not reported to the families, nor was the body of the deceased delivered to them. The most severe was the regime of those imprisoned in the so-called Petrov's Hole, which was a mine pit surrounded by walls in the camp itself. Stalin supporters who had held high military and political positions in Yugoslavia before the break with the USSR were isolated here.
Into a social bloodstream. What's happening is the entertainment culture industry. It is a shared and the shared need leads to the spread of disease. In democracy, there is no cure at it. The East collapsed because it blindly believed the Western utopian definition of freedom of the individual. The West only survives because it slyly established a system which insists on people's freedom. That is to say, under democracy, people believe they are acting according to their own will and desire.
After the camp was closed in 1956, the site became a detention center for juvenile delinquents, criminals, and in lesser degree for political prisoners. In 1988, when the jail was closed down, its decay started. It is still going on, and today the camp is in ruins. The Goli Otok and Zabela Association of Zagreb has invested a great deal of effort trying to change the camp status into a memorial area.